Hey, you ever been to Chancellor Park? That's where I live. My name is Tavin Dillard, and I live in a trailer park called Chancellor Park, and I mow lawns. I'd like to introduce you to my town. I've been making YouTube videos since about 2006, and then I've transitioned over to other platforms like the TikToks and the whatnot. But here on this podcast, I'd like to clue you into what's going on with me here lately. And this is like the pre-introduction. Now I'm going to send it off to myself for the real introduction. I'm glad you joined me. Bink, bink.
Woo! Hey, y'all guys, this is Tabby Dillard. Welcome to the Tabby Dillard podcast. We at the season 2, episode 6. That put us like halfway through season 2 is the way I did my math workout. And I don't know if it do because I can't remember exactly how many episodes I'm doing this season off the top of my noggin. But we ain't quite halfway through, I guess, where we at. And I appreciate y'all giving me feedback. I need to know, how's it going? Do you even like it kind of thing? Now, you can rate it on iTunes or wherever you listen. That's a big help. If you ain't done that, please do it. And then you can leave a review, like a comment on iTunes or whatever. I read them. I appreciate them if you could do that. And then finally, if you just want to shoot me a text message, my phone number there is in the show notes. You can text me and let me know what you think. Because, I'm on Millie Rix lawn in town for years. She getting old, 80, 90 years old, can't hear too well, see too well. I mean, she been up to all kind of stuff. She caught a skunk thinking it was a cat, took it to the veterinary for a bath. She caught more than one skunk. She wanted me to help her with it once on the front porch. One time, she had a super soaker filled with sweet tea, and she shot me with that as a gag. Thought it was funny. Well, I mean, when I say sweet tea, she really sugared that thing up, and you can imagine how the bees and the warspers and all kind of things really thought I was quite a treat. She had me running. She thought that was the funniest thing. Anyways, that Millie Rix, one time she told me, "Can you stop bringing my newspaper to my front door?" Because I mow her lawn. I'd see it in the driveway. I'd go get it. Apparently, that was her exercise. She looked forward to getting down off that porch and getting into that driveway and picking up that newspaper. And I thought I was doing her a favor. Like, boy, look how I'm helping Millie Rix out. And I ain't even going to say nothing about it. I ain't even going to ask for no pats on the back. And she come in there and almost smacked me on the back. And she said, "Knock it off. I need my exercise. You going to make me fat." And I was like, "Okay, Millie." And she about probably 98 pounds. So anyway, she wanted to do that herself. You know how folks are. And so I may be over here saying, "Looky here, I'm turning out a podcast." And you thinking, "Boy, I wish you'd stop that." Anyhow, you can let me know what you think of it. Go ahead and text me at the link in my show notes, or, like I said, on them iTunes or wherever you listen, leave a comment and a rating. That's a big help for me. I'm Tabby Dillard, so in case you're wondering who's talking, I do mow them lawns. I live in Chancellor Park. This is a podcast, which is like a radio show, and I've been playing in the Winter League adult softball season. I'm on Bud's Burger Shed. And we had a lot of problems last season with them uniforms, or lack of uniforms, I should say. You know the story if you've been with us any amount of time. Looking back on them early struggles, we are looking pretty good right now. That's how it is in life. You got to look good. You got to look back and see how things got better, what happened, and you don't want to take that kind of stuff for granted. We came into this season already knowing our team name. Didn't have that before. Already having uniforms. Didn't have that before. We got Burger Shed hats now. We got them hoodies. I mean, the hoodies are for the guys that really want to represent the team. And the actual Burger Shed itself, like Bud's restaurant, in the winter weather, because we don't need a hoodie to play no softball. And it ain't like Bud's giving them away to us. So if we want a hoodie, we got to pay for all that. But all that to say, we look like a team, and we playing like a team. I mean, we 3-1. And the way that works is the amount of games we won is in the front. So that's 3, and the games we lost is in the back, and that's just 1. So that's that. You know what? That's where it puts us in. We 3-1. So I think I explained that more than I needed to. And y'all heard I teamed up with Bee House Honey for quite a sweet experience. It's the Tavin's Honey from Bees. You can pick up a jar for yourself or a gift through the Bee House link in my show notes. This honey, I'm telling y'all guys, it is raw. And you're thinking, raw? Oh, is that a good thing? Not when it comes to chicken or pork chops, but when it comes to honey, that's what you want. It ain't cooked. Comes straight from the hive. You know them bees, they live in them hives and they make all that honey, and it's strained and it's bottled. And strained is good too. I mean, if you think, I strained my neck, I strained my calf muscle, trying to get down the steps to get my newspaper in the driveway. I wish Tavin brought it up for me. No, but this is raw. It ain't cooked. It comes straight from the hive. It's strained and bottled, nothing else. And that's what makes it good. That store stuff you get's cooked so it don't ever crystallize, but that cooks the good stuff out. and we keeping the good stuff in. This is as natural as you get, y'all guys. Tavin's Honey from Bees. You can get, a jar for yourself or whoever. I ain't going to tell you who to buy it for, but they got several options you'll see. One of them's mine, Tavin's Honey from Bees. Got my face right there on the label. You get that jar and it's like we having a hot biscuit together. That's how that look. So beehouse.com. Bud got a jar at the Burger Shed. You got to ask him for it. If it ain't out, he got it behind the counter, but he'll share it. And Bud heard how good we are this season. We 3-1. And he kind of looked impressed. I went in there for lunch today and he kind of perked up. Not much impresses Bud. Let me be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. This didn't impress him much, but he did kind of perk up. As a businessman, Bud has built a business that's over 40 years old, and folks know the Burger Shed, and they travel from other towns to come on over. So it ain't like our 3-1 Winter League adult softball team is going to put him on the map with the Burger Shed, nothing like that. But we ain't hurting either. We're playing good ball. I think one of the things about it is that Bud keeps it simple. That's what keeps him, so successful. Not like Meemaw's best friend, Tabby Jean Tipton. She likes to quilt. She likes to knit afghans. She does macrame. And she'll host these parties where these gals are making crafty type stuff like that, Well, Meemaw shows up at them to chat with the gals. She go there for the social. Meemaw, a little social butterfly, but Meemaw kind of mean too. So sometimes when you think of butterflies, you think they're nice and pretty. But Meemaw lay into you if she got something on her mind she want to tell you. And she get there and she'll chat with them gals, but she'll also have them snacks. But she ain't putting much time into making none of that stuff. She's just there for the fun. Well, Tabby Jean will have balloons, streamers, like a theme. It's basically like a prom for old pals that like to knit. But Tabby Jean ain't no spring chicken, and she'll get carried away and have to put these parties together, and then she had to clean up after, and that's a lot of work the older you get. If you're doing all that stuff yourself, she got to get on a little step ladder and, tape them streamers up high above the door frame and all that kind of thing. Well, she'll have them Oreos. She go all out on them snacks. She loves them things. The double stuff too, when I say Oreos, that double stuff is like the twice as much of the cream in the middle. And then Tabby Jean will make peanut brittle. Sure, year round she'll do that. And Meemaw look forward to that too. So she's all excited. And what's happened over there with Tabby Jean is she's set a certain expectation. Tabby Jean set a certain expectation. And so she want to keep doing it. And her friends love it. The thing about it is I don't know why Tabby Jean want to just do all of that when you could just invite your friends over and hang out. But like I said, she kind of like it. And all I'm saying is that Bud likes to keep things simple. Tabby Jean, not so much. A few years back, she was at a mall in the city with her daughter. Christy Kate's her daughter's name. There's like an outlet mall, so that means them stores are supposed to be a little cheaper, or maybe you find clearance or discount stuff that you don't find in them regular stores. You probably know outlet mall definition, but if you don't, I didn't want you to take the time to go to your encyclopedia set or your dictionary and lick your thumb and kind of thumb through that when I could just tell you what it is. And I guess Tabby Jean Tipton had on pantyhose the day they went to the mall with a dress. Pantyhose was just part of her uniform, and she was dressed up to browse the J.C. Penney's, in the picture frame store and the food court with them corn dogs, like it was a big day. Well, apparently Tabby Jean was dressed up, but also wearing her most comfortable pantyhose, which means they was kind of loose and saggy. I get that. My Meemaw wears muumuus year-round, gives her room to breathe and sit on the porch. I like sweatpants, our comfy clothes. It's like comfort food, but you wear it. Well, Tabby Jean and Christy Kate get on an escalator, and I guess Tabby Jean take a pretty wide stance on the escalator stair, like more than shoulder width apart. I don't know if she just don't want people passing her, or if it's something else, but she got her right leg up against the glass side of that escalator, and then that droopy right pantyhose leg found its way into the seam of that escalator stair that was up against the sidewall, and it steady start pulling that pantyhose leg into the machinery, into the guts of that escalator, that pantyhose leg getting pulled that's on Tabby Jean Tipton's leg. Well, it took Tabby Jean a few seconds that she was about to go down. She realized, and she take a tumble, or she just get ate up completely. She's figuring out what's going to happen here. Either I'm going to get falled over, or I'm going to get sucked into this machine with my pantyhose leg and disappear somewhere under the mall, So once she realized what's going on, she hollers, "Christy Kate!" And Christy Kate turned around with her Adder candle and flange bag in hand, and she sees her mama sinking to her knees. Well, Christy Kate look over and see them saggy pantyhose legs stretched out so far, getting pulled in like that away, and Christy Kate, she reached down and start to yank that pantyhose loose. She just yanking on her mama's pantyhose to get it out of that escalator. Well, all the while, the escalator getting toward the top, and who knows what's going to happen if Tabby Jean ain't free by the time it gets to the top. Well, the pantyhose tore but not completely. So now they in a little pickle. They in a little bind. They in a little situation where Tabby Jean's still, tied to this escalator kind of thing, and it's moving on up. And then her daughter, Christy Kate's got to figure out, okay, I done got it kind of toward, but I can't get the rest of it toward. It ain't going in. It's done budging. I done everything I can do with that strength. What's my plan B here? So Tabby Jean got a little more wiggle room, but she ain't free. Christy Kate's down on her knees on the escalator, screaming at her mama like Tabby Jean can do anything at this point. It's not like she can do nothing else. Then Christy Kate just leans over and she starts to gnaw through that loose, saggy, resilient pantyhose leg like a rabbit on a lamp cord, just steady munching through it. Well, it works. Tabby Jean's leg comes free, and she just got tattered pantyhose hanging off her right leg, but her actual leg part of her body is fine. Well, that escalator's close to the top, and Christy Kate's out of breath from all that gnawing, and she tried to stand up real quick, but her head slides just right next to that handrail. You know, the handrail that you hold on to so that you can keep your balance if you do that on the escalator, and her hair gets caught right where that handrail is against the glass. So she's stuck, half standing up, and it's at an angle where she can't gnaw through her own hair to get herself free. That's how she worked it for her mama just now, but she can't do it on herself. So she's just hollering, and quick as anything, Tabby Jean pulls a pocket knife, cuts Christy Kate's hair free, far closer to the scalp than it needed to be. I mean, she cut her loose, but she got real close to the head. Christy Kate stand up so quick, just as it's time to get off that escalator, and she tumble because she's pulling hard. She's yanking with her neck and her head to get loose on that thing. And now it's gone, so she's tumbling backwards off the escalator right there at the top. And Tabby Jean is right behind her, and she just kind of stumble and land on top of Christy Kate. And as that handrail is about to take a turn and go back under, you know how them handrails turn at the end? Christy Kate sees an obscene amount of her hair going with it. She screams. She reaches for her head, realizes she got a bald patch that you could see from the atmosphere, like a crop circle. I mean, Tabby Jean handled that knife like she was cleaning a fish. What could have been just a little cut of half-inch hair ended up being close to 6 or 7 inches. So Christy Kate had all kind of questions for her mama as they sat piled up at the top of that escalator at the outlet malls with that crumpled up Adder candle and flange bag next to them on the floor. Firstly, she said, "You had a knife that whole time? Why didn't you say something when I was gnawing through your pantyhose, mama?" And Tabby Jean yelled back, "I was in shock, Christy Kate. You should be happy I remembered I had it and I saved your life." And Christy Kate reached up and touched her bald spot again, like trying to get used to it, but it's going to take a while. I mean, good luck trying to comb that thing over. "Why'd you cut off so much?" she said. "That's going to take 2 years to grow back." And Tabby Jean just said again, she goes, "I saved your life." Well, eventually, they got back up, and they made their way out of that outlet mall, and Christy Kate ended up with like quite the hat collection, you can imagine. She probably bought a few, but probably made her mom, her mom out of guilt. It's like, "Okay, I'll buy a few to cover up that nasty bald spot you got now." I mean, she just went to town with that knife, but she do know how to use one. I will give her that. Tabby Jean know how to handle that knife. So, back to the burger shed, all I'm saying is that Bud likes to keep it simple. And I know Tabby Jean also, she ended up with better fitting pantyhose, which is good going forward. She wasn't about to stop wearing them, but I'm pretty sure she's done with escalators. I think she'd take the stair or an elevator wherever she go. And in the elevators now, she's standing right in the middle. She don't want to be near no door that slide open or close, or some button that you could push and somehow get your hair caught in there. I mean, she real careful. Hair, pantyhose, whatever. Her and Christy Kate are both a little jittery. And that's been, 2 years, 3 years. Anyway, that's why I was more surprised when Bud wanted to bring something to the burger shed, from the burger shed to the fields to honor our team tonight. Like, he perked up enough, like I don't know, I guess the best way to put it is Bud started liking the softball team that's named after his store today, or sometime this week. I don't know what clicked with him, but all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I like you guys. I think this is going to work out." So I was kind of excited. I don't know if he's ever even been to more than 1 or 2 of our games over the whole time he's sponsored us. So my ears perked up because he's like, "I'm going to bring something to the fields tonight." So you'd think, you run the gauntlet. When somebody says, they're like, "Call this number or fill out this form for a free prize." And you think the free prize has got to be, the best thing they have. And a lot of times it's just like a little fanny pack or something like that. Or not even a fanny pack. It's a sticker you can put on your fanny pack if you buy their fanny pack. So I'm thinking bacon double cheeseburger, the whole works. Like he's bringing meals for everybody, but I didn't know, but I got excited. What he really brought was seasoned curly fries, which I ain't mad at. He showed up before the game with a bunch of bags of them curly fries for our team. And that's what I always get when I order the number 3 combo meal. You can substitute it. You know, you do regular fries or the curlies, and I do them. They're so good. And about the time he showed up at the fields with all these curly fries for Team Burger Shed, you know what else showed up at them fields? The storm clouds. Within 5 minutes, I kid you not, it was a downpour, like a torrential downpour. We all sat in the dugout with Bud and ate them fries. Myron Curtis didn't even wait for the ketchup. Bud had left it in his truck. He went to go get it. And Myron's just steady gnawing on it, you know, like it's a escalator on a pantyhose. Steady ate them up. Bud brought them ketchup packets back, and I used some of that. But I get Myron too. When they already seasoned like that, they just good to eat that away anyhow. All that to say, though, we got rained out this week. But sure did enjoy them Bud's Burger Shed seasoned curly fries in the old dugout. I did not see Cricket this week, so I ain't sure if she was working the concession stand or if it all got shut down pretty quick or whatever, how it went. But I know that Valentine's is coming up, and I ain't truly like just even defined a relationship. I got a lot on my plate. I don't know if I'm going to pull it together in time for Valentine's, but I am working on getting her something. But I'm just saying, I don't know if that's if she my steady like girlfriend or nothing. We ain't had that talk yet. That's just where we at. And it's a lot of things going on, you know. I ain't good at that talk. A. 2, I busy, she busy. Seeing each other ain't the easiest. Thirdly, if I had a truck, it would solve some problems because I could drive to the county she live in and see her more. And so that's another thing I'm working on with saving money so that this is the year where I ain't just got a bike to get around and haul my lawnmower around town on, but I got to get a truck. Now, when I say on, y'all guys know I don't put my lawnmower on my bike. There's a rope attached to my seat pole, and then that's attached to the handle of my lawnmower, and I pull it behind. But you got to be careful because I got to remember when I'm hitting curbs and I'm not, you know, I got something in tow, so I can't be ramping and skidding and showing off and showboating like I'm known to do on the bike. But if I get a truck, I can just toss that thing in the back, you know, in the bed with all my other gear, you know, rake, whatever else I need, and I'm on the go. So that's what I'm hoping. But I didn't see her this week, and I got to sort that out, and I've been trying to, and hopefully I have a good conversation with her soon. I ain't sure if they're doing a doubleheader for us next week, or if we just ain't even going to play that game that got rained out. It's Winter League, so I get the feeling we ain't playing it, you know, because it feel more like spring training than anything else. But we'll see. So that's how this week went. You know, it wasn't quite a game, but I tell you, I didn't even have to go to the concession stand. I had seasoned curly fries from Bud's delivered straight to the dugout, and I think it saved me from having to see whatever chaos was over there this week. Now, Cricket did a good job last week. I ain't on that. I mean, it tore up the guts of people on both teams because it's chili and it's cheese and it's jalapenos and all that. But the food was good. I mean, we ain't talking food poison. We're just talking tore up guts. And we got to know not to eat that stuff before the game. And then Cheryl Grubbs, it's always one thing or another when she down there. And so I was saved from even having a peekaboo over at the concession stand tonight to see if there's anything going on. And there was no smoke, no fire, nothing burnt down, no fire trucks, you know, got dispatched. So that's how that went. And I would say it was a good night at the fields. I mean, how can I not? I had seasoned curly fries with ketchup and some without ketchup in the dugout while it just rained and rained and rained. And then it finally got at least nice enough to where we could get out of there and not get too soaked on the way home. So that's how it went. I appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode. I know you got things to do. You might have, you know, birthday parties to get ready for, or the Valentine's, or you getting your carpet clean, or you ripping your carpet out, or you getting, you know, new pantyhose, or going to the outlet malls. Careful on them escalators. Want to thank Bee House. Get you some of that Tavin's honey from bees. You make the biscuit, they make the honey. Get them at the link in the show notes. You can check out the latest with me on the TikToks and the Instagrams. Tavin Dillard, both those places. And also shoot me a text. Like I said, you know the number. It's in the show notes. And hey, listen here. If you ain't lost 6 inches of hair to an escalator and a pocket knife this week, you doing pretty good. You take care of yourself. We'll see you later.